everyone, it's Liz with Real Girl Beauty, and this is my final video about Generation Beauty New York. I wanted to show you guys the products that I actually bought, that I actually paid money for, and why. And I wanted to talk to you about the generalized experience, how it worked, what you can do if you want to go next year, like what I recommend, the changes I'm going to make to what I do next year, because I am planning on going back. I really enjoyed it, and I'm still really tired, but still really happy. And I'm so happy with the amount of products I got and the fact that so many of them are items that I can then turn around and review for you guys. And like, I just, for the last few days, I've just been sort of going through everything and sorting things and just being all excited and happy. And if you're somebody who really loves beauty and you live for beauty, then this is a great thing for you to participate in. Now, some of the items I purchased at the booth, I technically do not have the pricing for, the discount amount for. I did a lot of paying in cash, and they weren't doing receipts unless you asked for it. And you're in a rush and you're kind of running and trying to get to different places. So some of them I didn't, some of them I'm not totally sure, but it was all items I wanted to buy anyway. So I'll go with the first one that I totally do not remember the discount or the price, and that is Tarte's Shape Tape. I have been wanting to try this. I know people rave about it, and it looks so interesting. I've never really found a prestige luxury brand concealer that I liked for under my eyes, and that's what I have seen a lot of people recommending this for. However, it is an expensive product, and most of the booths are discounting products that you buy if they have products for you to buy there. So I figured that was the perfect time to get it and give it a try. The balm, I bought the Meet Matador palette because I liked the colors in it. The balm had their full range there, full range of products available for sale, and they discounted, get this, 50%. Seriously, 50%. This is a palette of nothing but mattes. It's got quite a few that are nudes. It's got a few that are bright, and that to me was what I wanted. I have so many palettes that are pure nude, and I kind of wanted some other colors to play with, and it was half off. Jouer was a brand I was really excited to get to the booth of because I've had their lip glosses in the past and I've really liked them. They're super moisturizing. They're good products, and I wanted to get more, and they were doing a buy 3 for a set price of $35, which means you saved quite a bit of money. So the ones that I got in the high pigment gloss were Madison and Regent, which are a rosy color and a more of a plummy color, which is actually what I've had on in these videos. And then I bought this topper, which is super sparkly, in Frostbite, which is kind of a cool toned lip topper. Pop Beauty was doing a buy 2 get 1 free, and I was looking for their eyeliners because they have a good range of colors, and they do liners in a bronzy metallic, which is my favorite for an everyday line. And then I saw their 24 karat face base diffusing primer, and I wanted to try that. So of course, because I love primers, so I got these, and then they gave me a crayon lip set that I showed you in my booth freebies video. This is a booth where I paid cash, and I cannot remember exactly what they were charging. I was planning on buying them anyway, so it was kind of a, you guys are here, I'm gonna grab them, because otherwise I have to buy it all online and I'd be paying for shipping. So it was like, okay, I'm gonna grab these anyway. So when they threw in the lip crayons, I'm not totally sure if there was a discounted price on these, and then they gave you lip crayons in addition, or if it was that the lip crayons were sort of the special thing that they were giving. I'm sorry, I should have been a better reporter. I like had a set amount of money I could spend in my head, and that's what I spent. And again, there were places I wanted to hit that I was gonna hit anyway. So this was one that I was gonna hit anyway, and then I got the lip crayons. So if those were full price and I paid for and I got the lip crayons for free, still an awesome deal. MAC was discounting their products by 25%. So I got the roller wheel liquid liner in brown. I wanted to try this. I totally forgot about it. I thought it would be something fun to do with you guys on the channel because it's such a unique product, and I love finding quirky, unique products to test out. So the fact that this one was discounted totally thrilled me. And then I went with their Luster lipstick because this is supposed to be very sheer and shiny, and I really wanted to give that a try. And I did pay full price for this, and I don't care because I am so obsessed. This is from Pure Minerals. It is their My Little Pony Glitter Lip Topper, and the color I got is Pinkie Pie. You have to understand, the first movie I ever saw in a movie theater was the original 1980s My Little Pony movie. I love My Little Ponies. My friends and I have been so excited for the My Little Pony launches of different products. So I kind of went to them anyway because I love them, and I had to talk to them about what happened with the CC cream. Which unfortunately the workers at the booth were kind of like, oh, we're sorry, we don't know about it. And it was like, yeah, I know, darn it. But when I saw they had the My Little Pony, I was like, done, I have to get it. And they had the palette as well, but the palette was a lot of very bright, very sparkly shadows, and I kind of felt like I didn't want to do that. And it was a lot more money. They didn't discount the My Little Pony. They did discount all of their regular line, but because this wasn't discounted, I said, you know what, I'm going to go with the lip gloss. It was less money. It was $16. So I just felt more comfortable spending just the $16 instead of spending, I believe I don't know how much the palette was. It was a lot. So that was what I got. So those were the items I actually chose to purchase while I was there. And I'm happy I did. I'm really excited for all of them, getting to try them, getting to play with them. I am wearing the Shape Tape under my eyes and the Fluid Pop liner as my eyeliner. So I will keep playing with those before I give you guys my opinion, because you know I like to do that. I don't like to give you just I used it once and here's what I think. I like to tell you what I really think after I've used it. The experience, I think, was great. I learned something about myself there, which is I always make friends with people in lines. I got that from my mom. My mom can go anywhere and she'll make friends with the people in the line. I got there late on Saturday because I was taking the train in and we got a late start Saturday morning. I made it to Generation Beauty around 2. Of course, I was able to go right in because there was no line waiting to come in, waiting to register. I held off on getting my swag bag until I left. So I was just walking around. Both days I had my suitcase with me. My mother-in-law lent me a roller suitcase, which was both awesome and awful all at once. The awesome part was I could put everything in it, everything heavy. I could put my purse in it. I didn't want to wear my purse on my shoulder. I had my water bottle in there because that's heavy, and then I could just roll it. I didn't have to carry it. But the part that was really bad was there were times when I had to carry it like in a really super tight line. I wouldn't have the space to roll it. The other was it would frequently spin or twist or get stuck on stuff. So it was kind of a pain in the butt to be wheeling around. I know some people walked into it. I know I ran over at least 2 people's toes and apologized profusely. And then I had to deal with the whose dead body is in there joke from many people, and had to explain, no, I took the train here, I came off the train and came straight here, and I'm leaving here and going straight to the train, so I had to bring my things with me, my overnight things with me. And I had to explain that over and over and over again, which was annoying. I wasn't the only one there though with a rolling piece of luggage, so I don't know if those other people were dealing with it too. I don't know. You do a lot of walking, but you also do a lot of standing and waiting. Basically, every booth has a set space that they have to have people waiting in line to purchase and to get the freebies from. You have to kind of pick who you want to go to and who you're okay with skipping if you have to. I crossed off all the ones that I actually hit, and I hit about half. I only went to 2 of the really big booths, which were MAC and Makeup Forever. I actually knocked off almost all of the quote gold booths, which were slightly larger, and then about half or a little less than half of the silver sponsors, which were the smallest size. Not every booth was giving away something that was worth waiting in line for. Sometimes, and you kind of talk to the other people in the line, like I said, I did. And so we would always be sitting there saying, oh, what did you get from this booth? Did you go to this one? They gave away this. Did you do, you know, and so you kind of discussed with people and you learned which line to go to and which lines to skip. Some of them were giving out the identical thing that they put into the swag bag. So unless you really wanted it in the swag bag and you wanted a second, why bother to wait in line? Same thing, like Pixie was giving out the full size of the pencil that they gave out the sample size in the swag bag, so it was kind of like, well, I don't really care. They were also doing little rosette hair wreaths. I don't know if people were purchasing them or they were giving them away. That was one of the booths I ended up skipping. There were booths that weren't giving away anything, or, you know, it was so not worth it. Like, I didn't wait in line for the Artiste brush, but when they gave just the little mirror, I was kind of disappointed. I wanted like a little tiny travel size of their brush or something like that, which I know their brushes are super expensive, so of course they're gonna not give them away. There was also Impressions, which is a vanity mirror company, the lighted vanity mirror. So there were some booths that weren't necessarily actual products. There were brush booths. There was, but everything was beauty related. There were several different hair companies. There were websites that sell beauty products that don't make them themselves but sell other products like SoCo Glam, which I actually was able to speak with one of the owners of that company, one of the creators, which was pretty cool. She was the person who helped me at that booth, and that was a lot of fun. A lot of the booths had photo booth areas set up where they had a selfie ring light ready for you, so and a worker there ready to take your picture. You just handed them your phone and they took a picture. Some of them required that you like their social media sites and you had to prove it. You had to show them on your phone that you did in order to get your sample. That became irritating when the Wi-Fi was getting jammed, because my phone is a European cell phone. It's kind of slow and on its own, and when the Wi-Fi was completely jammed up with other people doing this on their phones, I had a hard time. And it was like in the last second, right before the end of the booth line, I finally logged in and was able to like them or subscribe to them and then control at them. Other ones had you take a picture anyway, whether you wanted it or not. You had to take a picture, and that was part of it too. But in the general, I liked that. I didn't mind. I learned something about myself, which is I have spent so long avoiding cameras and avoiding getting my picture taken that I do not know how to take a picture. The people around me, I'm watching them and they're posing and doing faces and all, they know how to hold their body right, and I'm just awkward. I'm just sort of standing there going, because I'm like, I don't know how to do that. So I learned that about myself as well. They had workshops where at their what they called the Beauty Lab, which were an audience and a stage, and they had only a set number of seats and you had to wait in line to get in. And they did different things. They had a different one. They had 4 of them on Saturday, because Saturday runs longer. It runs until 5. And they only had 2 on Sunday, and it ran until 3. So Sunday was shorter. This was what kind of killed my Saturday getting to booths, was that I went in for the 4 p.m. thing, which was the beauty battle featuring creators and audience participation. I have no idea what this was, and neither did the people in line with me. We thought it was going to be, you know, I don't know, them showing us how to do stuff and then we vote which looks better or something like that, but nobody really knew what it was. And it was not that. It was this like 3 minutes to do makeup on a person, and there were 2 people team, one doing the makeup, one getting the makeup. They had a YouTube beauty guru who was telling them, advising them, telling them what products to use, giving them shades, giving them like tips, but they weren't allowed to be hands-on. And they were competing against each other, and then they had YouTube beauty bloggers as judges, and this was recorded and went on their website, I believe. I'm very unhappy that I made that choice. The line was half an hour. It was supposed to start at 4. It didn't start until like 4:25. And then we were basically stuck there. There was no giveaway with it. The other ones that were classes, if they were using products in the class, they had the mirrors there so that you could do it with them as they were instructing it. This, there was nothing. We were just sitting there. It was just audiences. And it was really hard to pay attention to because everybody's microphone was turned on at the same time. So it was like this cacophony of sound coming at you. Me and the woman I talked to in line, she ended up sitting next to me, and both of us were sitting there saying the same thing, which is, I don't want to be here. This isn't fun. I don't really care about this. I thought this was going to be some kind of demo, some kind of class, and it's not. We didn't know what it was showing up, and it ended up sucking up the last hour and a half, if I include the line time, of Saturday. So I got there at 2, it ends at 5, and the last hour and a half got sucked up in this thing. So I only had an hour and a half on Saturday to run around to booths. I would have much rather been in line at a booth or going around to the booths that didn't have lines and grabbing samples and talking to representatives than sitting in a chair watching gurus. I don't even know what you want to call it. So yeah, go to the classes. Do not go to the beauty battle unless you're excited for that kind of thing. I was not. I didn't even know the majority of the beauty gurus who are on stage. I didn't know them. I also didn't do any of the meet and greets. I did not really have any interest in that. I was there more to talk to brands and learn about brands than I was to get a picture with one of these people. So I didn't do that either. I lined up early on Sunday. I got there at 10:30. It opened at 11. I ate like nothing either day, by the way, because I was so focused. When I'm hyper-focused on doing something, I forget everything else. So I was like focused and determined on Sunday to get to as many booths as possible, and I did. I only went to like 3 or 4 booths on Saturday, and then I did the rest on Sunday. So I kind of was just going and going and going on Sunday. I do think it's worth the $200 price tag, plus then of course paying for my travel, paying for food, because again, I got a ton of stuff. I talked to a lot of brands, and that to me is worth it. In total, products, full-size products I received both in the swag bag and from the booths totaled almost $700 of product. Some of it is stuff I won't use and I will give away. Others are products I'm super excited to test out. I would never have been able to just go out and buy them, and I'm just so thrilled at this. It's also an experience. You're really paying for an experience, and that I enjoyed. Next year, I want to do, first of all, early registration, which is Friday. I'm hoping that I can be set up as a creator because they have other things going on in the weekend that are specific for the creators, and I'd like to be able to go to those. And I also am planning on paying for early access. Early access is basically you show up early and they let you in before the hundreds of people come running in, so you can go to booths really quickly because there's almost no line, and really be able to cross off every single one on this list. Most of them had freebies for you. The one that I went to that had completely run out of freebies was, believe it or not, Benefit, and they were giving out another thing from Gimme Brow, and I wasn't too disappointed, but apparently they ran out on Saturday, and I kind of thought that was weird. why would you come to a convention? Like, they only sell a set number of tickets. Why would you show up with so few samples that you run out the first day? I don't get it. If you have a young child, they get in under 12 for free with you. So if you have a little girl who's super into makeup and wants to go with you, if they're under 12, they get in free. But yeah, next year I'll be doing early registration. I'm going to be doing early access, and I'm hoping to hit every single booth. I went by myself, and this is the first time I've ever done anything like this and gone alone. So I really was proud of myself that I went and I did that, and I survived. I made it around New York on my own. Sunday I met up with my niece before I got on the train, and we had lunch, and I got to see one of my best friends who moved there last month and I missed. So I had a wonderful weekend. I was completely exhausted. You have to wear comfortable clothing. You have to wear comfortable shoes. Otherwise you're going to be killing yourself. Even in the comfortable stuff, I'm still exhausted. My body still hurts. I still have muscles that hurt. My feet still hurt. And it's been days. But even with all of that, it's still awesome. It was totally worth it, and I will go back. So that was my experience at Gen Beauty, and my kind of advice for if you want to go next year, if you're going in another town and you're still waiting to go. That's kind of what I would do. I hope this was helpful, and I hope this was entertaining, and I will be back with more videos now that I'm past this, and now that I have a ton more products that I can review for you. So if you haven't done so, please thumb up if you like this and subscribe, and I will talk to you soon with more. Thank you so much for watching and sticking it out to the end.